Songa mbele wewe.
Hapa nyuma yangu.
Watu wanaongea hapo.
These are Azimio MPs. They're heading to IEBC. Vamos. I can see there MP of Kibera, Morero, MP of Makasi West, sorry.
Kupiga na mawe, jaribu kufungue. Utakutua. Acha mambo yako wewe. Usijaribu We don't even know where these boys are coming from. We are members of parliament, and we are coming to be able to talk to IEBC in a normal way that we are doing our official function.
Oscar!
I see a lot of tear gas.
Oscar!
Actually, to tell you the truth, I do not know where these guys have come from.
Tell them to go then.
Yeah, what we do, because we want to go there in a very civilized manner, peaceful manner. This is a very peaceful thing. It is a very formal thing. We are executing our mandate as MPs. Yes.
You reorganize.
Where are the other members? Where are the other members? They have run away. Wametoka? Excuse me?
You go and reorganize without this cloud.
Yes.
Maybe then it may work.
Yes.
But with the cloud, Mheshimiwa, it may not work.
Yeah.
Because the law is not going to allow.
Yeah.
They have been blocking the road. They are running up and down. It may not work, Mheshimiwa.
But, okay, so if only members of parliament were to access the premises, would that be agreeable?
If you have an arrangement with IEBC
Yes, yes.
and they allow you to go, we have no problem.
Yes.
But what we don't want is the cloud.
No, we don't have goons. You know, when you say that we have goons, Moses, Moses, that is not correct. We don't have goons.
We have chased them away.
Yeah.
You might not know that they were there, but you have chased them away. They will take advantage and they start stealing from members of the public, Mheshimiwa.
Okay, I hear you. Please. So all I want us to understand each other. We could go and regroup as members of parliament, and then we come and do what we must do.
And if you have an agreement with IEBC, in fact, we will give you escort to IEBC.
Yes, this is the thing, because it is part of our duty, public. Hiyo ndio tulichaguliwa kuifanya.
Why would you want 500 people to go to IEBC?
No, those are not our people, Moses. Why do you put people on me? Yeah, these are Kenyans who are interested. I can't control Kenyans. When Kenyans decide to do their thing, I can't control them. Isn't it?
Go and reorganize and you give us a word. Please. Let's go. Aya, watu watoke sasa.
Yeah. That we access the place as members of parliament only.
Yes.
So that members of the public who have come and who are interested and so on, if they can be restrained or they can restrain themselves and wait elsewhere, we will go as members of parliament. And in that case, we have agreed with the OCPD. He's just over here. That then we can access the place and we can be able to talk to IEBC. So, Amos, that is you. Where is Mwenje? Yeah. So, what we do, leaders, what we do, Toi, wale watu wa members of the public, I hope they are not refusing for the members of the fourth estate to go. I'm sure it is members of the public. So, members of the public, please, because we have a very important engagement with IEBC, we don't want to ruin it because of what they think. We don't want to give them an opportunity to fight us. All right? So what we do, we keep away and allow members to go in. And after that, we will come back to the streets and talk to you in a normal manner and address you. Is that okay? Young people, let us agree so that we don't ruin a very good chance to be able to engage with IEBC. Because as members of parliament, we have a right and it is part of our mandate to do what we are doing. So if I'm not asking too much, those members of public who are hearing me, please just stay, let members of parliament go. I'm sure they cannot stop the press. And then we execute our work and then go. Are we in agreement? Yes. We are in agreement. We are in agreement. Asante.
They need to release some of our boys.
Yeah. Some of the boys, we will release them. Yeah. Formal agreement. This is Honorable Mwenje, I'm sure you know him. From Embakasi West.
Focus yake ni ade Bolo, bolo.
Unasema mheshimiwa peke yake na press, watu wengine tuondoke. Mheshimiwa peke yake na press, watu wengine wewe.
We are members of parliament. Listen. Is there anybody that listen? Huh? Yeah, we are members of parliament. One of us is the member of this constituency. The Sarah member is here. Amos is here, who is the member of this constituency. And I have here Senator Osotsi. I have here Mheshimiwa Mwenje from Mbakasi East and Mheshimiwa Rero. Now we want to see IEBC. And we see that you have chains and locks all over. What do we do? Can somebody respond? I beg your pardon? What? No, we are very organized. We are very organized. Police have barred members of the public hawakuji hapa ndani. Only sisi tutaingia. Yes. All right. So tungoje. Correct. Who is it that you are consulting? The supervisor? All right. Walibaki na hiyo nini? Maji haramu. Walibaki nazo. Walikimbia. Nafikiri labda watakuwa hapa.
Gazi kamoja tu
wanakimbia.
Bwana nimekula hiti ya gazi mpaka nimechoka bwana. Naona ndio inanifuata.
Unajua wewe ndio wakili wetu leo. Wewe ndio wakili wetu leo.
Sorry.
Songekia hapo kwamba.
What? Be patient. Be patient a bit.
Happy Itali. Itali. We were engaging.
This is a public institution. They cannot close its doors, whichever the case. In fact, even when they are they are throwing tear gas on Wananchi, picketing is a constitutional right, and you don't even have to inform anybody. With the kind of heat out here, somebody needs to work on us. It's not, we are not impatient, but we need to feel that you guys are doing something. Again, that is where we are. I thought you were asking somebody to So where is this IEBC coming from? Can that be communicated to us properly? You have authority to talk on behalf of your company. You? What's your name? You seem very agile. You are the know-it-all, eh? Chief, are we being tunachezwa ama kuna kitu kinaendelea? Ya, lakini mtu anafanya hivyo. Mtu ameenda kunini? Kuchukua. Kamera. Kamera. Where is that statement? Yes. If we come
Tuko hapa kwa gate hii side ya university. Wamefunga lakini tunangoja wafungue. Sawa. Hii na face university. Lakini gate abadi kwa gate wamefunga.
She's giving us negative energy. What is negative energy? Written statement first, then we will discuss the issues. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are saddened by numerous transgressions being committed by top IEBC officials, especially the chairperson, Wafula Chebukati, and the CEO, Marjan Hussein Majan. While their actions appear heroic in the eyes of the main beneficiaries, the Azimio leadership puts the duo on notice for eroding the gains we have made in transforming the electoral system in Kenya since 2007, and which is the hallmark of lasting peace in Kenya. While Kenyans envisioned IEBC to be an independent commission, guided by objectives prescribed by Article 249 of the Constitution, namely the protection of sovereignty of the people and securing observance of democratic values and principles of promotion of constitutionalism, the conduct of the two individuals, Majan and Chebukati, supported by a minority of the commission members, portray an institution that has surrendered its independence and disregarded the rule of law and has resorted to bootlicking the executive it connived with the judiciary to establish for personal benefits as follows. Number 1, irregular interdiction of Deputy IEBC CEO, Madam Ruth Kilundu, that the IEBC, supported by the Secretariat, comprises technical public officers led by the CEO. How can a Secretariat work and managed? How the Secretariat works and managed is well provided for under the IEBC Act and the IEBC Human Resource Manual. We are saddened that despite clear provisions of how to handle disciplinary matters, the manner in which Madam Ruth Kilundu has been treated by Chebukati and Majan is not only a breach of set guidelines, but is part of a well-orchestrated scheme to intimidate public officers who stand for the rule of law, but also question upholding free and fair elections. Madam Kilundu has been accused of what Mr. Majan terms arranging an illegal commission plenary meeting. One wonders what constitutes illegal plenary meeting and who are the attendees. Assuming that this is a genuine disciplinary matter, there is an elaborate procedure of how such matters should be handled. This concerned officer must be accorded a fair hearing, which begins with responding to a show cause notice. In essence, the Commission must sit in plenary and resolve that CEO issues the show cause letter, which may be followed by interdiction or suspension. If further investigations are required, no such or semblance of such procedure was followed, since Mr. Majan, acting in concert with Chebukati, had an ulterior motive to achieve, which he literally interdicted Madam Kilundu as a way of punishing her for standing with the truth. Then there is nepotism, favoritism, and unfair practices, which Honorable Osotsi will talk about, and even tribalism, which Honorable Osotsi will talk about. You will read, I will give you this statement so that you are able to have it firsthand. But without the functional secretariat, the IEBC is, as currently constituted, cannot be trusted to discharge its constitutional mandate as set out in the Constitution. In fact, the Supreme Court in its ruling emphasized on impartiality and professionalism of the Secretariat as a precondition for free and fair elections. As leaders within the Progressive Coalition, We will not allow this critical institution crumble just because of 2 individuals. We know that Chebukati is soon leaving the commission with this newfound regime, and we will not allow him to destroy the structures that Kenyans have fought hard to establish. So we demand as follows. We demand as follows. Number 1, that IEBC immediately reinstates Ruth Kilundu to her rightful position of Deputy CEO within the next 24 hours, failure to which we shall take stern action against Wafula Chebukati and the CEO Majan Hussein Majan. Number 2, that IEBC calls to order Majan Hussein and demonstrate to Kenyans that he shall live by the values and principles of public service, failure to which we shall demand that he relinquishes his position prior to the commencement of the boundaries review exercise or conducting the pending by-elections. Thank you very much. I need to add that you saw that this morning members of parliament drawn from Nairobi County, and I have the member for Starehe in whose jurisdiction we stand. I have the member for Kibra, who is a leader in Nairobi County. I'm a member from Ruaraka, which is in Nairobi. Honorable Mwenje is a member from Embakasi East, which is in Nairobi. Embakasi West. And Honorable Ososi is a senator. We all have a constitutional mandate when our constituents, or any Kenyan for that matter, has an issue. Our mandate is to solve issues concerning our constituents and resolve matters that the general populace would want us to do. So we have come here deliberately, constitutionally, very peacefully, to come and engage with IEBC, which, as you know, is an independent but public commission that is paid by public taxes. So you have seen that as we came, police have lobbed tear gas on us severally, without provocation at all, just because we are conducting our constitutional mandate given to us as MPs. And then we come to this gate. We have found that they have locked the gates with chains. So this literally means that IEBC, which is a public constitutional body, have decided to lock. I'm joined by Honorable Aladwa, who is a member for Makadara, and the chairperson of Nairobi County, ODM County. They have decided to lock the gate with chains. So you can imagine that the gates have been locked to the public. Everybody in Kenya, in Nairobi, cannot access IEBC to be able to ask pertinent questions concerning the issues of Kulundu. But that notwithstanding, we have put a position on the staff in IEBC who were brave enough not to accept the thieving ways of the commissioners. People who stood strong against what happened in Bomas. We know, and I can tell you as a lawyer, that employees have ways in which they are dealt with in their human resources manuals from their respective organizations. And that must be followed. But the chairman unilaterally decided to interdict Madam Kulundu, who is the deputy CEO, just like that in Mombasa, without the commission sitting down. The commission never sat down as a commission to deliberate on the issue of Ruth Kulundu. And the Secretariat Bajan cannot fire her deputy because the deputy is employed by the commission, not by Majan. And that is how things are. So I know that Madam Kulundu may be looking at her own options, legal options, but we have a mandate as members of parliament to come and question such infractions when we see them. And we call them out. So we came out this morning to call out these people. But it looks like we are still where we were in 2007. We are ready for this. We are ready for this engagement. And we will do this engagement every day on the streets, if that is what it takes to liberate the space that we have to manage our elections prudently. And so I want to call in my colleagues. I want to start with Honorable Ososi, and then Honorable Aladwa will take a bite in Swahili, and then Amos, because this is the constituency he represents, will say something, and Honorable Mwenye, who happens to be our advocate today, will tell us if we have infringed any law by being where we are. Honorable Ososi.
Yeah, members of the Fourth Estate, as it has been pointed out by my colleague Kajwang, that we are here because as members of parliament, we are mandated to address any issues of concern affecting Kenyans. And one such issue is an issue regarding our lady, Madam Ruth Kulundu, who has been interdicted, not by IEBC, because IEBC is a commission, and a commission is composed of 7 commissioners. Madam Ruth Kulundu has been interdicted, a decision that has been made unilaterally by Chebukati and Marijan. And you know, the issue of unilateral decision was raised in the Supreme Court. And unfortunately, the Supreme Court did not give us sufficient direction on that. We are seeing that a number of staff, and not just Ruth Kulundu, are being intimidated by Chebukati and Marijan, being assumed to have supported Azimio. And it's not just Kulundu. We know, like in the Department of Boundaries, we have information that the head of that department, Madam Caroline Manyange, has also been relegated and her duties are now being performed by her juniors. And we are saying, Mr. Chebukati, please, IEBC is a key institution in democratization of this country, and we are not going to allow you to become a dictator, dictating to your own staff. We even saw what happened in Mombasa. A whole chairman of IEBC inciting staff to heckle some of the commissioners and even Madam Kulundu. So we are here to protect the rights of a Kenyan, Madam Kulundu, and many others who are being intimidated by the actions of Chebukati and Mr. Marijan. So we will continue coming here. We are told the chairman, when he heard that we are coming, he disappeared from the office. The doors have been locked, the gates have been locked, but we will continue pressing this matter, even in parliament or wherever, so that Madam Kulundu gets her justice. Because you cannot be intimidated, because you have been assumed to be supporting Azimio coalition. There is no evidence at all that Madam Kulundu was supporting Azimio. And we are saying that Bwana Chebukati, by now you should have gone for your leave. He has 180 days to take leave before January. What is he still doing in the office? And even starting the boundary review process, and procedurally and illegally. So that is already a scheme to start the process of rigging the 2027 election by manipulating the boundary review process. Thank you.
Honorable Aladwa.
Asante sana. Asante kwa niaba ya wajumbe wetu wa Nairobi na Kenya mzima wa Azimio. Tuko hapa, tumekuja kwa amani, kwa sababu tunahitaji amani, na tulikuwa tumekubaliana siku ya leo kwamba sisi tumehuzunishwa sana na kitendo cha mwenyekiti wa tume cha IEBC, kwa sababu ile ambayo inafanyika katika IEBC sio ambayo inafanyika kwa Wakenya vizuri. Hawa IEBC ni watu wameandikwa na pesa za wananchi, na sisi kama wale pia tunakata ushuru kusaidia tume. Tunahuzunishwa kuona kwamba kuna wale wanatolewa bila haki yao na ni wafanyikazi wa IEBC. Madam Kulundu anatoka Western. Madam Kulundu ni mtoto wetu na msana wetu, na sisi tunatoka mkoa wa Magharibi. Hatutakubali kuona ya kwamba mtu kutoka Magharibi anatolewa kazi kiolela. Nadhani tumekuja hapa kwa maandamano ya amani, hatutaki fujo, tunauliza tu haki yetu kuona kwamba Kenya inaenda vile nitakana ikue. Na sisi tunasema kama wajumbe ya kwamba IEBC wanajua vile walitufanyia wakati wa uchaguzi, hataki kuongea kwa hayo maneno. Sisi tunasema tu haki ya wafanyikazi wa IEBC iangaliwe. Hatungekubali kuona kwamba kuna mtu leo anatolewa kazi, anapoa barua aende nyumbani na amehudumia tume kama Madam Kulundu. Kulundu amekuwa RO hapa Nairobi, amekuwa RO Siaya, akaonekana ni mfanyikazi mzuri, akapewa promotion kukua kwa commission. Kwa hivyo tunaomba Chebukati na timu yake wawache hizo cartelling wanafanya ndani ya hiyo ofisi. Na tutakuja hapa kila siku kuona kwamba haki za Madam Kulundu zimeonekana na pia vile vile arudishiwe kazi yake na endelee na kuhudumu kwa hiyo kazi. So sisi kama watu wa Western na mkoa Magharibi tumehuzunishwa, hatutakuona watoto wetu kifutwa kazi. Sisi tukiwa wajumbe kutoka Magharibi tuone tu tukinyamaza, hatutanyamaza. Na kama Azimio tutaenda mundu kumundu.
Amos is the local member of parliament of Starehe constituency. Choose which language?
I'll speak in English. So basically today we are here. We have had a very peaceful demonstration. Me being the member of parliament for Starehe, I made it my duty to be present so that we can observe peace. It has been a peaceful demonstration, but we are surprised by the reaction of the police and the reaction of the office of the IEBC. We came here for a noble cause, but they've locked the doors, they've created a tensive atmosphere. We came here to try and protect the democratic space of Kenya and safeguard all these achievements that have been made to make sure Kenya is a democratic space. IEBC being an independent body in this country, I think it should be very non-partisan. It should be very clear in what it's doing in its mandate. We have the right to access information, to ask questions from the IEBC. We have the right to be told what procedures and what actions are being taken by IEBC against some of its staff. We cannot allow profiling in this country. We cannot allow people to be intimidated because of what they are purported to have been supporting. That is why we are here. We've done some peaceful protests, but we require answers. We demand answers, because at the end of the day, we need to protect the democratic space of this country for the future of our youth. You can see I'm a youth that represent the youth. We have to safeguard this space. We cannot allow it to be muzzled up, because we'll depend on it in the near future. Thank you so much.
And all right, Honorable Mwenje, give us the legal perspectives around here.
Thank you everyone. Ours today was just to come, talk to IEBC and the Commission regarding what happened with the Deputy CEO. And it's very simple. You know, we do have a right to come to IEBC and talk to the Commission. These gates were open in the morning. And we've been here before as members of Parliament to address this issue. There's an issue of labor laws here that's been violated. And if we allow this to keep going on, then very soon you'll see people just being dismissed without following the procedure. That is why we came here. And just to quote one of the AP in charge here, I went and talked to him personally. I told him there are members of Parliament here. This is the number, members of Parliament from Nairobi. We want to talk to Chebukati, if not Chebukati, the Commission, or the people in charge that we will find in there. And he told me that we cannot go in, that these are goons who are here, even after identifying ourselves. These are elected members who are here. He said you cannot go in, go and come back on another day and seek an appointment. This is a government office. We all have a right to access the government office and even the services. There is an issue that is coming up very soon on boundary review, and we cannot have an IEBC. We have a chairman that is leaving and is initiating a process that he will not oversee when it's being completed. So that's one of the main things that we are here. So we are not even the demonstration, how the police have reacted. It's completely out of order, because nobody here has come to cause any violence. It's just this number you're seeing here that wanted to access the office. They have locked the government office. Maybe they will give you the reason why, but as far as we know, there's no law that has been broken by ourselves. They are the ones who breached their own labor laws and procedures, and that is what we were going to come and highlight for them. So to us, that's all we are going to say. We're just going to tell Bwana Chebukati, please, this IEBC belongs to all of us. Let us follow the law.
Thank you very much. Any question, very quickly? No question. Thank you very much. You can now go and find out why they locked the doors. Phil. Wait, Phil. Come here. Phil. We have, unfortunately, we only have one copy that we have signed.
Pole. Si unipewa picha ya Apollo. Umepiga vipi?
Umepiga?
Apollo atani.
Kuja kuwajua. Hizo shadows zina nini? Rudi kwa page 1 kaka.
Piga.
Rudi kwa page 1. Piga alafu nisikumue.
Habari zenu? Kuja mtu ambayo
unakimbia nini?
the entrance is small, you can close.